Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN, and today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers and the offseason. I just want to give you guys my thoughts and my opinions about the Lakers' mindset going into the NBA offseason with the free agency and the draft and just everything that goes down when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. Anything news, updates, speculations when it comes to the Lakers, I will deliver to you guys on this channel when it comes to any sort of interest and draft interest when it comes to the Lakers, who they're going to be looking at when it comes to free agency. And I'm really excited about our NBA champs to going into the offseason with the mindset of going for a repeat. Okay, that's in the mindset for the Los Angeles Lakers and their ability to improve the roster and possibly, looking for any sort of assets coming their way when it comes to the draft as well. So without further ado, guys, let's just get right into it. So, guys, the Lakers, as of right now, they are NBA champs. They just beaten the Miami Heat in the finals with a 4-2 series. LeBron James is now a four-time NBA champion. Anthony Davis won his first NBA championship, and the list goes on about the accomplishments of every single player that went into the NBA finals with the ability to win a championship, and they delivered it from Dwight Howard, from Rajon Rondo, who's the first player since I believe there was another player who won with two historic franchises. He's just one of them on that particular list for winning with the Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers. And there's a lot of emotions coming into this offseason of where the Lakers are going to be heading when it comes to improving the team for a potential repeat of the for a potential back-to-back championships on the horizon for the Los Angeles Lakers moving forward into the offseason. But there is still that speculations about free agency. There's still not a specific date that the NBA teams will have the ability to go after free agents, due to the crazy scheduling from the NBA and how COVID-19 really kind of ruined some scheduling for certain leagues in the sports world, including the NBA. So it still remains to be seen about where the NBA is going to be going when it comes to the NBA free agency market. Still remains to be seen about a specific date. But I can tell you this, though, the NBA draft is going to be scheduled for on November 3rd. Sorry. November 3rd. Speaking of November 3rd, go out and vote. So make sure you're ready to go out and vote on November 3rd. But no, November 18th is the NBA draft, where the Lakers, I believe they stand, with the 26th, maybe the 28th pick. It's been a long time that I checked the numbers and how the draft works in this particular moment in November out of all scheduling for the draft. But that's on that particular date. The Lakers have the opportunity to draft a player in the first round. So there's a lot of mindsets going into which positions the Lakers will be going for. I think it's all up in the air when it comes to that particular predicament. But personally, I think they should go for a point guard in that particular draft. And there's a couple of players of mine that the Lakers are going to be looking at when it comes to who they will go after in the draft. They could be going for somebody with experience, with years of experience in college. There's one player of mine that the Lakers could be looking for, but these are just projections. They're not interests or some sort of rumored, certain draftee rumored that the Lakers might be drafting for. There is a guy by the name of Cassius, I believe, Cassius Winston. I'm just guessing the name on top of my head because last time I probably looked at it was like a month ago. And he's a senior out of Michigan, so he is one of those type of guys that he has experience with playing on a higher level in college. So that's somebody that the Lakers might be looking for when it comes to passing ability, and just working well when it comes to his age, and certain players that are have experience in the NBA. So but that's just right now that the projections are looking at when it comes to any sort of NBA draftees that could be potential projections for certain teams, including the Los Angeles Lakers. So I'm not reading too much into that particular name for the Lakers, but once we approach the certain month in November for potential interest that the Lakers are going to be looking at potentially, it still remains to be seen about that. So that's something to really look forward to when it comes to the draft in November. When it comes to free agency, like I said, still remains to be seen. I mean, there's not a specific date yet, but getting into the free agency, there's a lot of players that are on the Los Angeles Lakers that are going to be potentially testing the free agency market, and there are some players who have player options this year as well. I believe there's like a total of maybe 6, maybe 8 Lakers are going to be on the free agency market. That maybe 4 of them have player options, including Anthony Davis, Avery Bradley, Rajon Rondo, and JaVale McGee. I can just tell you this right now: Anthony Davis is going to be coming back to the Los Angeles Lakers. He will be signing an extension, and with a max contract. And he has a player option for $28 million, but he's looking to get a huge payday. So I've been hearing the rumors and updates, and just basically rumors that Anthony Davis is considering leaving. No, he's just right now celebrating. He's not thinking about free agency. But once free agency approaches, whenever that particular date does come in, he will be signing with the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Even Magic Johnson puts it out there that Anthony Davis is going to re-sign with the Los Angeles Lakers. He loves LeBron. He loves him as a teammate. He loves the organization. Jeannie Buss, Rob Pelinka are doing a great job when it comes to, convincing players to stay with the team. They take care of their players to the best of their ability, and somebody like Anthony Davis, they're going to do whatever it takes. They're going to work very hard to bring a guy like Anthony Davis back to the Los Angeles Lakers. So have no fear, Lakers Nation. He will be returning to the Los Angeles Lakers. But when it comes to the rest of the Lakers, the rest of the Lakers who have player options, Rajon Rondo, he's on the player option. I believe he has $2 million left. That's his salary for that player option. He might come back, but he could be looking for a better contract moving forward. But he's somebody that could potentially come back to the Los Angeles Lakers. Avery Bradley, he's also one of those type of players that may come back, but when it comes to that particular moment, it still remains to be seen how the salary will work, and how when it comes to the whole rumors of the Lakers looking for a third scorer, it could potentially, rely on the players that have those player options, because you never know. They could just opt out because they want to get a better contract because of security reasons. And it's just that security of having the money to, be for me to live, for me to, help out my family and stuff, and because of the whole COVID-19 pandemic. So there's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of mind swirling when it comes to how the NBA players going into the free agency market at any given date. I'm not sure when. It could be in November, but maybe the beginning of December. It's all a cycle. It's so hard to tell where the NBA is going to be going when it comes to, free agency wise. And those particular players that I mentioned, they could potentially come back to the Lakers, but knowing them, they could potentially move on, and the Lakers might go after some other player. There's a lot of players in mind that the Lakers might be interested in. There's just rumors. I'm not saying that the Lakers are going to be going after these particular players, but there have been in the rumor mill when it comes to sort of interest that the Lakers might go after, or they're just basically a good fit in general when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. Danilo Gallinari has been in the rumor mill for the Los Angeles Lakers, and he did shout out to the Lakers for congratulations for winning the NBA championship. So that plays a huge role when it comes to that sort of interest, and having Laker fans pointing out there that he could potentially go to the Los Angeles Lakers, but that's just rumors. They're not reported. They're not speculated. I mean, they are speculated, but they're not anything to really read too much into this. I've seen Gallinari played with the Denver Nuggets, so and he's been a great shooter. He's throughout his career, and he's a guy who can average around 15 to 20 points a game. I mean, he is that good when it comes to his ability to score mid-range shots and being a scorer. I mean, he's just a good scorer. So that's somebody that the Lakers might be looking towards potentially having interest in. But if they don't sign him, I won't be surprised. So that's something to really look forward to when it comes to that particular player. DeMar DeRozan, he is also a free agent. There's other players, really. Even Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson is a free agent. He has a player option, or maybe he's an unrestricted. No, he's an unrestricted free agent. So the Lakers might bring back Jordan Clarkson. Okay, he has a relationship with the organization, and plus he played with LeBron James. So that's somebody that the Lakers might be looking for when it comes to for a potential shooter. So that's somebody to look forward to. I mean, I brought up DeMar DeRozan because he had a good season with the Spurs, but he might be looking for a potential big contract, which I don't think the Lakers do have. But if he wants to go after for a championship wise, the Lakers is his way if he wants to go that particular route. And plus, I believe he's from Compton, so he's from California. So he either wants to come back home, but I know some Laker fans and some fans out there that disagree with that particular idea. But I'll be welcome to it. I mean, if he's still the same player that can average around 20 points a game and give you around maybe 40% from the three and from the field. So, if he has that particular ability to do so, plus, playing alongside LeBron and Anthony Davis, I think you have that motivation to win. So, DeMar DeRozan is in that sort of mindset for me. Jordan Clarkson, like I said, there's just a lot of players, really, that the Lakers might be looking at when it comes to, improving their roster, including there's some trade rumors. I mean, there's some talk that the Lakers might be looking for a trade to boost, another opportunity for the Lakers to go for another repeat for a championship. But there is some issues when it comes to asset-wise. They could potentially use their draft pick for this year and attach some players onto a particular trade package for a potential player that's could be an interest for the Lakers. There is Zach LaVine, and there's Buddy Hield, and there's also Bradley Beal, which I don't really think that's still not a possibility, but I won't be surprised if the Washington Wizards puts Bradley Beal on the market for a potential trade. For them to get better assets, or just they just want to move on from Bradley Beal, because there's Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg spoke a couple days ago about Bradley Beal buying a home in Los Angeles. I mean, there's been a lot of players throughout the years who bought homes in Los Angeles that have been always in the rumor mill when it comes to, having interest with the Los Angeles Lakers. So, I don't want to put a lot of, hopes out there for potential Bradley Beal with the Los Angeles Lakers. But personally, coming from a fan perspective, I would love that to happen. I mean, even if you have to trade Kyle Kuzma, Danny Green, and possibly if Avery Bradley accepts his player option, maybe he'll be part of that particular trade with the draft pick for Bradley Beal. That'll be a great trade. But it still remains to be seen about how we're so early. We're so early about the off season. I mean, well, we're already in the off season, but I mean by free agency wise, and where's the mindset of the NBA and how the Lakers will go into the free agency market and try to improve the roster. So there's still remains to be seen about that. I mean, there's just a lot of emotions that the Lakers might consider bringing back some Laker players that really was a huge help to their team, from Rajon Rondo, from possibly Avery Bradley, Dwight Howard, who is an unrestricted free agent, and Markieff Morris, he's an unrestricted free agent. KCP, he has a player option, but he might accept it because maybe he just wants to win more championships, and plus he's been sensational when it comes to the playoff wise, and with having him as a player on your team that can play very well in the playoffs, that's somebody to really have in your arsenal when it comes to that particular help for the Los Angeles Lakers if they want to go for another repeat for a championship in 2021. So yeah, guys, that's my own thoughts and opinions when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. I really want to know your thoughts and your opinions when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers and the offseason. Where do you think the Lakers' mindset should go when it comes to free agency-wise once it begins? Because, still remains to be seen about a particular date. And when it comes to the new NBA season, they're saying it might begin in January, possibly in March of 2021. So there's just a lot of crazy stuff going on when it comes to the offseason for the NBA and certain teams, especially the Los Angeles Lakers. So it remains to be seen about that. And, once a particular date does happen, I will deliver to you guys a video about that on this channel. So look forward to that. And when it comes to the draft, I'll keep you guys up to date about every speculation and prospects for the Los Angeles Lakers in the first round of 2020. So look for a video of that in the upcoming weeks, or possibly in the beginning of November. So because once those news come in, you better watch out. I mean, because there's going to be a lot of news when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. So stay tuned for that, guys. And I just want to know your thoughts and your opinions about everything that comes down when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers, when it comes to free agency. Do you guys think that the Lakers could potentially pull off a trade? Still remains to be seen about asset-wise and potential players that could be a nice package for a potential trade. I said what I said when it comes to Bradley Beal and Zach LaVine and Buddy Hield. I mean, those are potential players that the Lakers could have shown interest in, and they could potentially will. I mean, these are just rumor mills, but when it comes to reporting-wise, they might come out, and there's some interest when it comes to Buddy Hield and the Philadelphia 76ers, but those are just rumors as well. I mean, there has been an importance of that particular report, or rumor. So guys, yeah, please comment down below, like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Like I said, I mean, when it comes to everything that goes down when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers about free agency and the offseason and drafts, like I said, I will deliver to you all everything that comes down every news, update, speculations about everything that comes down when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. So stay tuned for that, guys. I do appreciate every single one of you for showing me the love and support for my channel And the social media, you guys are just killing it when it comes to social media. Liking my page on Facebook, following me on Instagram and Twitter, and of course subscribing to the channel. You guys just so awesome. I do appreciate every single one of you for giving me a voice to talk about my favorite team in the whole world, and the Los Angeles Lakers. You guys just an amazing audience on YouTube, and I do appreciate the love and support you guys give me. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. And once again, congratulations to the 2020 NBA champions in the Los Angeles Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.